in the community. Life not long like grow up in short. Donate some blood, send a thoughtful thought. Your neighbor lose him daughter. Show some heart. Support the family, them walking in the dark. Donate to a school, to a hospital start. Clean up the center, plant up the park. Visit the elders, ask what you want. Jamaicans are loving people. Shabongo, as a community, we need to show more unity. We need to show more unity in the community. As a community, we need to show more unity. We need to show more unity in the community. Community, we need to show more unity. We need to show more unity in the community. As a community, we need to show more unity. We need to show more unity in the community. I remember when we used to respect the elderly, when community leaders protect picnic, when we used to show love to each and everybody. Make we stop chop the line and build back we country. Show respect to the girls and boys. Respect life, cause guns not toys. Jerk chicken and red stripe we still enjoy.
Wallet, same red stripe, in another size, affordable price. Wallet, same red stripe tall boss, affordable price. When we touch the street, that is the crew I beat. Red stripe tall boss, $250 fee. You see, red stripe tall boss, same red stripe in another size for an even more affordable price. Wallet for just $250 in your favorite community bar. 18 and older, drink and live responsibly.
All right, welcome back. You are inside the Easy Skanking on your 107s. And guess what? It is 12:30 in the eye. No, you'll probably find him working as a doctor at the Victoria Jubilee Hospital in Kingston, or you might catch him on a stage performing his dancehall songs. Dr. Garth Shakapo MacDonald is a senior medical officer, recording artist, music producer, and philanthropist. He has been helping to feed the homeless and has been assisting school children through grants and scholarships provided through his Dr. Garth MacDonald Scholarship. He has also been encouraging fathers to live up to their responsibilities through his Best Baby Father initiative. And he has been targeting the youth through his No to Violence and Fully Bright campaigns. In 2019, he was honored with the Ambassador for Peace Award from the Universal Peace Federation, which supports the work of the United Nations, for the work he has been doing in different communities across Jamaica. And today we're absolutely honored that Dr. MacDonald was able to take some time out of his busy schedule and take us on his awesome journey. Dr. Garth Shakapo MacDonald, welcome to RTS and thank you for making the time for today.
Yeah, check the levels. Well, this is a very important interview, and on the journey, we have to publicize everything that is good and to counter, all the negative that exists out there, that people know they have choices.
No, absolutely. No, can I tell our listeners, especially those who are not watching right now on our varied social media platforms, you need to see how Doc is looking cool. No wonder you're calling yourself these days Shakapo, the outfit boss. I mean, we see the swag and you're absolutely popping. So thank you again for coming.
Yeah, likewise, Tishima.
All right, thank you. But let's begin with your foundation. Where did you grow up and how would you describe your upbringing?
All right, I would describe my upbringing as being humble and at the same time proud, because never go my bed hungry yet. My parents, them never have a lot of monies, but they make ends meet, and the priority was always ensuring that we are okay. But we never had the name brand, and you have one church shoes, you have one shoes where you wear go to school, and if you have an acid wash or a stone wash jeans, you have to wear that till, all when the style change, you have to just go and beat it because, that was it. But the priority was we always had our books. We went to school every day. You have to really sick for go school. You have to admit up our children to not reach to school. School was just a priority, and also, the talent, once they recognized that I had the talent to be DJing and creating songs, they embraced that, and it was a big thing for them as well.
Okay, so you're giving us a whole lot there. So there was great emphasis on school life and education, but they were
Yes,
also supportive of your passion as well. Can
yes.
you recall, like as a youngster, what you really admired most about your parents?
What I admired most about is the sacrifice. I remember looking at my
Mm-hmm.
mother's paycheck and see say it was close to zero by the time she divest, paying for so many other different things and then just surviving day to day. I remember asking her how she does it because she have to put out lay out lunch money for about 5 hours and it was a challenge and I think, you know, they did well.
As a youngster, did you understand that, like, that mommy and daddy had to really work hard, and messing around at school and not learning was not an option? Did you know that then?
Well, I realized when in my teenager years that
Mm-hmm.
yes, it was even more of a challenge, especially when my parents parted, and just to see the efforts that they made that I never really went without, despite me never have wholly, but me never had zero.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, speaking about your teenage years, you attended the St. Catherine High School and was later transferred to Kingston College. Looking back at your high school years, what would you say was your biggest accomplishment?
The biggest accomplishment was having good relationship with my peers, always
Mm-hmm.
surrounding myself with um, students who wanted good, who tried to stay out of trouble. We used to work hard, but we used to play hard. We used to compete with each other, but it was good competition because we would be helping each other all the way up into the test, and then whoever got the greatest number would, we just give them accolades and always trying to help those who not reach to the market to get there.
So while you're focused on your education and the academics as a teenager and during your early years, were you introduced to music at that point, or was it just straight academics?
I was always exposed to music, but not to the professional aspect of music. I was always DJing, maybe in infant and primary school. I would
What?
enter the DJ contests. Um, I remember when I was at St. Catherine High, there was some competition at some fete who could laugh like Admiral Bailey, and I won that competition with like Admiral. That was a
Mm-hmm.
big thing then.
Mm-hmm.
And as I traversed and left from St. Catherine High and then went to Kingston College, that was always embraced. We used to clash, and it was really at university when I used to open for the major concerts there that I got that real exposure. Um, should I continue?
Yes, you can continue. Yeah, man.
Oh, great, great, great. Yeah, when I got that exposure, I opened for Beanie Man when he was given the doctorate um, at the Spectrum concerts. I opened for Bunty Killer and Scare Them when he was given the professor. So it, and in my final year, that's when I had my first music contract. Word left Jamaica and went to the shores of the US, and I had my first music contract when I was in the final year of university. That same year, I was elected chairman of entertainment and cultural affairs there for the Guild of Undergraduates, and we just transformed the student union. A lot of those seeds planted would be the resultant of what the students union represents today. We breathe back life into the place. Me and my crew them.
So while you're at the university level, here it is, medicine and music. You're pursuing your career and your passion is there. And doing all these things with some of the greatest dancehall entertainers. You spoke about Beanie Man and the Bounty Killer. What was your what was that thing in your mind to ensure that you follow suit? Because we have heard from persons, in the entertainment industry, they're chasing their passion, their goal, their career, and then here it is, their passion overrides this desire to become a doctor or a lawyer, a teacher. But what was that thing that kept you on course on your journey to pursuing your medicine as opposed to music then?
Yeah, because the opportunities did come. They did see the level of the performance, and the companies did come. And I remained so focused. I was too close to the end to go throw away 4 or 5 years of hard work plus, performing so well through high school and attaining all those accolades and scholarships and grants to throw away all of this. I always believed that, I could do both. And then if music ever took me to the stage where way beyond where I couldn't neglect it in any way, that I would have to take some time away from medicine. But as I progressed through medicine, then the same work ethics that would cause me to be recording 10 and 15 songs per week is the same work ethic inside of the hospitals, where I would be seeing so many patients, um, be getting so popular as a doctor, people starting to believe that if they come to the hospital and not see me, they're not going to survive if they're in a major,
Oh
anything
wow.
major.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kept working, kept doing my best, and the people component kept getting more popular within the music circle as well. That I became, the doctor for so many celebrities. They respected my confidentiality. Nothing that they told me
Mm-hmm.
would ever be divulged, even if after years they died, even when they die, none of them information. So it developed that trust, that respect, and we've just been working together as a community in and out
But
of
you
music.
you were also very young when you started your pursuit in medicine, because you started at
Yes.
13, and by 23 when you finished the university, what was that like for you? Were you ready to become a doctor, or were you distracted by the music? Because around the same period you also recorded with some top producers like Clevie and Steely and Clevie, King Jammies, Jack Scorpio,
Yes.
Q45. So, so take us back to that significant moment when
Oh,
you have access to these people, and here it is. Which road to take?
all right. That was a difficult period of my life, where the two professions actually,
Clashed.
that was a definite clash there. I was a doctor now at 23, entered university at 18, straight out of Kingston College after getting best A levels, best CXCs, and having gone to KC from St. Catherine. And I remember when I did my first chemistry test there, I got like 75%. And
Mm-hmm.
when I was at St. Catherine, I'd be at the top of the class with that. And when I got 75% and came second to last, I realized the level of competition that was there. There were like people with two government scholarships in my class. And, that's when I had to buckle up even more. And, once they beat me one time, that was it. They never,
Mm-hmm.
beat me in that subject again. So the level of competition at Kingston College really lifted, the internal performance that was there, the competition. In terms of the crossroads,
Mm-hmm.
there was a point where I in my mind, I didn't know how I was being perceived, if I am being perceived as an authentic dancehall artist or as a serious doctor. And it took me years before I even applied to the program to go specialize as a gynecologist, because I thought I would be victimized for the music. I remember being
Mm-hmm.
on the stage of Sting, and going out, and I just don't know how the people are going to perceive me as a serious artist versus this doctor who had tried to dance and is not a real DJ. So, you know, that has been that plagued me for a while until the two eventually fused, and I'm at the point where I'm fully comfortable in who I am as the original dancehall doctor for the dancehall and the original Dr. DJ who, you know, has that emotional intelligence to,
Mm-hmm.
interact well with the Jamaican people, to feel the pulses of the people, to feel their pain, their anguish and suffering, and to respond to it in a way that's very sensitive, for the benefit of our nation.
On that note, we're going to take a quick time signal. We soon come back. We're on the road to success.
The mission of the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs includes revising Jamaica's legal and constitutional infrastructure and accelerating the pace of reform. The time by the MLCA is...
It is now 12:45. If you're just joining us, we are on the road to success and we're journeying with none other than Dr. Garth Shakapo McDonald. So here you are now. You're confident that you're able to fuse the two, but it did take some
Yes.
time, and thankfully your emotional intelligence, like you said, kicked in and all of that. So here it is. You specialize in the total care of women.
Yes.
Tell us about your area of expertise as a gynecologist and obstetrician, and why you chose or gravitated towards the female reproductive system.
Okay, so at the latter years of medical school, in the fourth year, when we are in the clinical years, I rotated through obstetrics and gynecology. And I remember, that's so vivid. Remember when, seeing a baby born for the first time, being in a C-section. I remember I was in a fabulous C-section with Dr. Dallas, and I saw how quickly she, made the incision, got into the abdomen, and got baby out and baby crying. And I remember how dynamic that discipline is in terms of a little bit of pediatrics, some surgery, some internal medicine. So for me, it is the absolute most fabulous, discipline within, medicine itself. I get to take care of women who, bring babies into the world, and I consider it such a very significant role, that based on all my love and effort and contribution behind the scenes, even outside of the clinical aspect, that I decided to take up the mantle of being the senior medical officer for one of the most controversial and the most difficult hospitals to run in the country. And I have taken on that challenge. And we have been seeing improvements, and Jamaica will be reaping those benefits over time. And I consider it a very significant, role, where I get to engage partners within the public sphere, the private sector, within communities, organizations, to garner support for the hospitals, because we know the government alone can't do it. It's just not
Mm-hmm.
possible to do
And
everything.
I'm happy that you went there, because that was a question that I also have. I know you said that you have seen improvement, and you have been in the medical profession, like you highlighted for us, since the age of 23, and with all those experiences that you have garnered as a healthcare provider. What do you think the Ministry of Health, and by extension the government, like, what can they do to improve Jamaica's healthcare? I know they can't do all like you highlighted, but
Well, I think their thought processes and their planning is in the right place.
mm-hmm,
The health sector, has a lot of bureaucracies, despite all the good intention of our leaders or our health minister. It has to go through processes, procurement. different valves within the system that will protect the system from abuse and from um, corruption, to say. So in saying purchasing a piece of equipment, it may take more time than normal. Um, and that may be critical to the overall output. So within the same system, it does create issues. But the overall plans to move the country forward, we have international standards, which we have to meet in terms of the targets of the
Mm-hmm.
Sustainable Development Goals for 2030, where our mandate is to reduce maternal and fetal mortality and morbidity, to improve on the survival of women in pregnancy and babies as well. And the public education, the public has a role to play in terms of women accessing the clinics, their health centers, their private doctors, and to attend their antenatal visits, so as to lessen their the risk of having bad outcomes. So everyone has a role to play, not just the ministry. It goes right through the population.
No, absolutely. And I can imagine how many babies you have delivered, in your time as a
I've
medical
lost count
professional.
years ago, like years ago. Um, I started obstetrics and gynecology at the Maypen Hospital under Dr. Winston Dawes. He knew that I had the passion, and at that time, Maypen Hospital never had an obstetric and gynecology service. So when Dr. Sharu came, say around 2001, I was the only resident that worked with him. And I used to run the entire clinic by myself sometimes until he got there. And that unit has now grown to where they have two consultants, multiple senior residents, and just planting the seeds for future growth and development has played a significant role in building the confidence of women in their local hospitals. So, to say a final referral point like Victoria Jubilee Hospital will have less these type of referrals. But as we improve, say in terms of fetal maternal medicine, where we have more specialists that will view babies while they're in utero, pick up on the problems, more of those babies are being referred to us. So, the service is improving and becoming more specialized. And over
Um,
time, yes.
there are many single parent families across Jamaica, and the
Mhm.
father figure in many of these situations is the parent that is absent. As an
Yes.
OBGYN, do you think it would make a difference if make a difference in the home if fathers are allowed to witness the birth of their child, especially in like public hospitals? Just seeing that
Yes.
process and being there from get go.
Yes, well, that is one of our goals and objectives. Say
Mm-hmm.
in a university hospital, say in a Anjos or not all, you may have those privileges. In the public space, sometimes based on the infrastructure, it is not possible. It will require some infrastructural change, but it will also require the will,
Mm-hmm.
say in a planned C-section. Those are the ways that we are thinking of introducing the fathers to. We put you in a gown, we put you in a cap, and you know you're into the in a more controlled setting, where we would allow the father to come in, because that may significantly improve on the bonding tool of the
Mm-hmm.
father to the process, and to the mother to
No,
witness,
absolutely.
what a mother goes through, in labor and delivery, may allow some of our men to have more respect for our women, more respect for the family structure, and we should see some improvements in the overall social interactions and crime which results from poor parenting.
No, absolutely. I can't wait for that to be like a norm, a thing. I know you mentioned, in controlled spaces first, but I strongly believe if men are there during the childbearing process and seeing, like you highlighted, seeing the mom going through the process and having a first glance at their son or daughter and being able to
Yes,
hold that child, like that can absolutely add value to the family structure. Men would not walk away so freely. That respect would be there. That connection would be there between mom and
yes.
dad, seeing that little one. So I really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I've become a better person by being a father. Some of
Mm-hmm.
the risks I would take, I don't live for myself entirely anymore. You have your parents and your teachers and all those who you look up to and you don't want to let down. But when you start having children, or you start think you have to move to the point where you have to make that serious decision of, say, something like marriage and committing to a specific relationship, then then yeah, this does help to strengthen the bond to the children, and to the mother and her family as well.
And when you say music and medicine, this is what I really appreciate with what you do with your music, Doc, because through music, you conceptualize the Best Baby Father initiative from a song of the same name. And,
Yes.
you started a campaign. Were men receptive to this campaign and wanted to be better fathers? What was that like?
Yeah, men were very receptive to the campaign. I remember Mr. G, Quick Cook, Bugle,
Mm-hmm.
Father Paul, they came out in their numbers. Nero, that's the son of Barrington Levy, he was there too. When Debbie Debs and Sassy, Sema PR, they conceptualized the campaign around the song, and it made so much of a difference. It's always a challenge to get a song played, no matter how positive it is, because we're competing with everything else, and we know the negative type of concepts, the violence, the sex, that tends to take precedence in terms of the amount of play and about going viral. But these initiatives, that accompany songs which are positive, it gives the artist the opportunity to go out and interface and to carry the message and to get the media more involved in spreading positive messages.
No, listening to you talk and see what you do, and the dancehall and reggae industry, like not very far from it, and then it's just a changing of codes almost. How are you able to create such a delicate balance where your patients will feel that level of comfort and confidence to this is my doctor, and what you do in dancehall, because I'm sure you still have to toe the line based on
Yes.
your profession as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it's about being a true profession, and to both disciplines, giving them the respect that they deserve, and for the fans and for the patients, not to cross the line where persons feel intimidated, disrespected, or threatened at any point. To be consistent, I mean, to be always showing up. I was told by an older performer, I can't remember his name now, but to always, whenever you give your word that you're going to turn up to perform for people, you turn up. Just like with all the doctor's offices that I work through and work, I turn up to work every day, no matter what. Or if I'm not physically there, I'm always accessible. Or, to give out, to allow persons to be able to reach me in any way or form possible, and to always have that listening ear to, want to listen, to know is happening, if we do surgery, so the patient and their families have access. So if any complication should arise, that we can jump on it right away. Persons not feel fearful that whatever they feel same is a God over man and we can't reach him or we can't talk to him. Is just to make sure that we meet people exactly where they are.
Wow. On that note, we're going to break for a cash pot. When we come back, we're going to be talking about so much more. We haven't even touched your Fully Bright campaign. So we have that to talk about and much more. Stick and stay.
When me use Island Fresh with aloe vera, it make me skin feel so much smoother. So if you want to feel better and smell fresher, use Island Fresh with aloe vera.
Manufactured by Island Products, 934-0666.
The time is...
It is now 12:59. We are standing by. Listen up, your top draw dollars. Pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, hot pick, and cash pot lunchtime draws up next.
Get your tickets out and let the games begin.
Good afternoon. It is Thursday, May 11, 2023. I'm Lisa and welcome to this afternoon's Live Supreme Ventures game draw. Now, before we begin, here's a quick look at your mid-morning winning numbers. And remember, all Supreme Ventures live draws are supervised by the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission and observed by the independent auditing firm, PwC. And now, let's put some money in your top draw. This afternoon's jackpot is $600,000. Here are your winning numbers and good luck. Your first winning top draw number for this afternoon is 4. Your second winning number is 6. Following 6, we have lucky number 7. Now, if you want to win the jackpot of $600,000, you're going to need 17 as well as 11. And now let's pick your play with or dollars game. I hope you're feeling lucky. Your winning numbers are coming right down. Now let's start dollars off this afternoon with 9. Your second winning dollars number is 30. Following 30, we have 2. Now let's double it up to 4. Right behind 4 is 27. And making its way down is 3. Your next winning dollars number for this afternoon is 24. Which is followed by 19. Following closely, we have 20. And 32 is next. Coming down is 15. And your final winning dollars number is 14. And now for some easy winnings with our Pick 2 game. So here goes. Your winning Pick 2 numbers for this afternoon are 17 as well as 28. So 17 and 28 are your winning Pick 2 numbers. Now up next, you can play it 3 ways. It's Pick 3. Your first winning Pick 3 number for this afternoon is 4. Your second winning Pick 3 number is also 4. And your third and final winning Pick 3 number is 8. So 4, 4, and 8 are your winning Pick 3 numbers. Now let's turn up the winnings with Pick 4. This afternoon's first winning Pick 4 number is 2. The second winning Pick 4 number is 1. Here comes the third winning number. What will it be? It's another 2. And finally, we have 0. So again, your winning Pick 4 numbers are 2, 1, 2, and 0. Now, this one is easy for win. So let's heat things up with Hot Pick. Here we go. And this afternoon's winning Hot Pick number is 8. Congratulations to all Hot Pick winners. Again, your winning number is 8. And you can win $280 for every $10 winning cash pot bet. Let's get ready to play our cash pot game for Thursday, May 11, 2023. Now you live to play it, but can you win it? Get ready to be a big cash pot winner, and let's see what this afternoon's winning cash pot number will be. Good luck. And your winning cash pot number is 16. Congratulations to all cash pot winners. Again, the winning number is 16. And now let's mega winnings. Here we go. And what will it be? And the mega ball was selected. And it's now time for some monster winnings. So here we go, and good luck once more. Now keep those tickets out and let's see what color will be selected this afternoon. Here it comes. Will it be white or will it be red? And a white ball was selected. So remember to go Mega and Monster 6 times per day for cash pot for more chances to win. So again, your winning cash pot number is 16. The lucky mark is young girl. And for Mega, the Mega ball was selected for pick 3, pick 4, hot pick, and cash pot. And for Monster, a white ball was selected for cash pot. So now let's have a look at this afternoon's winning numbers. And of course, congratulations to everyone who won. Now, a huge congratulations to our latest lotto winner who won last night's jackpot of $49 million. The winning ticket was purchased at Dad's Card Central in Portmore, St. Catherine. Are you our new lotto millionaire? Check your tickets now. And of course, please come back at 3 p.m. for more games you love to play. I'm Lisa. Be kind to one another and have a supreme afternoon.
Hope you were a big winner. Play your favorite Supreme Ventures games every day and tune in for our live draw 6 times a day at 8:30 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., and 8:25 p.m. on this station. Supreme Ventures, making winners every day.
That was the lunchtime top draw dollars, pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, hot pick, and cash pot draws. Congratulations to all of today's winners. Join us again at 3 p.m. for another chance to win in hot pick and cash pot special pot draws. Welcome back to those of you who are just joining us. We are inside the Easy Skanking. We're on the road to success and we're journeying with Dr. Garth McDonald, aka Shaka Poe. Now, before cash pots, I wanted to talk about your Fully Bright campaign, and this is the song.
Don't try to be the nonsense. Tell them we fully bright. Good cover up your mind.
No, what actually, we know that Fully Bright is definitely a counteraction to Fully Dance that sparked some controversy. Why did you find it necessary to not only create a song, but you wanted to make this into a campaign to impact lives?
All right. So, the thought process came first about the impact that, society who feels, or persons within the society who feels that yes, it's okay to not have an education. Education is not important. We don't need an education to be successful in life. That we contribute to this discussion that is being aired about dunceness, so that the most impressionable minds amongst us, or children of school age, who are at the point of making decisions that may affect their lives and which will in turn affect our lives, because we are in one ecosystem together. If there is a balance or imbalance within the ecosystem, it's going to cause problems to affect everyone. So if we don't throw out in the atmosphere how important it is to be brilliant, and that it is okay to be bright, it is okay to shine and not hide your shine or your talents, and put them there in a bushel or whatever. The Bible said many years ago, you get your talent, utilize them. We see we're in our society where the boys especially are marginalized, where they don't go on to take up the opportunity for tertiary education. We may see a 5-to-1 ratio in our universities. I'm seeing it in the boardrooms. I'm seeing it at the meetings where I go. I'm seeing where the employment tool, where I'm asked to employ more female than male because the men are just not there, they're absent. In that we're creating more imbalance within the society. And when women now who are able, they can't find a partner to match, and there's disparity within the relationships, and we start seeing all the domestic violence and things that go along with that, then we must look at the root of the problems, the parenting, the problems in the community with the violence and, boys being indoctrinated into gangs and into violence because they don't feel it's cool to be intelligent and to be going to school with your pants up and doing the right thing and going on to get a profession, that they are easily influenced. And so this is why this message had to be with a campaign. Behind the talk had to come some action. And we can't just sit on the fence and expect, issues to be repaired if we don't play an active role in the solution, then we become part of the problem. So I
No,
want to be part of
absolutely.
the solution.
And like you mentioned, parenting is crucial. But do you think that our boys need more positive male role models or people that they can look up to? Is that an issue, you think, or?
Yeah, we do need positive role models. But if within the nursery stage, if men are not matriculating to become professionals or to be utilizing their skills, they decide to go sit on a corner and go about them and mingle. I'm not bashing ganja smoking. I'm just saying how best do we utilize our talents and what God has given us. Each human being will have some special talent. Good with your hands, good with your mind in solving problems, good in writing, good in, just convincing persons based on your ability to influence, that those can be used positively and not be pushed aside where you take your talent and you hide your own talent and not be the best version of yourself
Of
that you can
yourself.
become.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, as part of the Fully Bright campaign through the Ministry of Education and Youth, you were given 40 schools to visit across Jamaica. So far, how would you rate the effectiveness of the campaign, and are students excited about Fully Bright?
I know when I do go into the schools, we've been to about 10 primary schools. Some of them have some infant school components. We have been to about 5 high schools. Of that list, I would say we are gone through about 20% of that list that the ministry has given to us. But it requires coordination. We do go into the schools during the devotion time. We bring the positive message. The message is usually interactive, where we get from the students, what is their concept of being bright? How important is it to be fully bright? We ask the students, do you want to be dunce? Do you want to be fully dunce? And we're not getting that level of support. Like, this is something that, students aspire to, especially at the primary level. Once it gets to the high schools and, they are more in position of, thinking critically, then there's that greater challenge. So the problem does exist within the society. It means that we as parents have to encourage our children. We have to be on them to be doing them homework. We have to be following up. We have to be meeting with them teachers. We have to go staff meetings, parent teachers meeting. We can't just be passive about everything. We have to check our children's bags when they go to schools. Who are carrying knives and guns, or who are take molly and ecstasy and other stuff. We have to protect our children
And get involved.
because they are the future.
Do you feel, are there plans to perhaps get other entertainers, members within the industry to be a part of the Fully Bright campaign? Like, how can persons be a part of it? Because, united, we can do more.
Yes, because this is, so I'm just the catalyst, or just one of the first messengers. We know Bounty Killer, who is very vocal. He came out in the outset as well as Bugle.
Mm-hmm.
There is Cantana, persons who have recorded songs along this line. And we know that the entertainment industry, Mr. G, others have come out on the school tour. We were with a band managed by Steve Locke. They were on the tour up at in that school of Hope Valley Experimental, which that was an awesome experience. Ray of Hope was there and they captured it as well. And we try to capture as much of this footage that it can go out. With all these interviews, we hope that schools will buy in more and invite us to come. That makes the process much easier. And then we set up the schedule and I go into the schools before I get to work. It's early in the morning, and we interact with the students. The
Mm-hmm.
students also perform, they dance with our fully bright dancers. We teach them positive dance moves. For the rifle walk, you may have a book walk or other positive things that we encounter.
Mm-hmm. To engage them.
Also, yeah, just to engage their minds positively. That be conscious of the things that may be subconsciously creeping into your minds by actively knowing that there is a positive flip side to everything that's negative, and then it's up to the students now or up to Jamaicans to choose which road you want to walk on. You want to take the good road or the bad road, but you
Mm-hmm.
must have informed choices.
And messages are coming in real time from our listeners who are locked in and on the